My name is Elana Staiti, and I'm the curator of the History of Computers and Information Sciences at the Smithsonian National Museum of American History. It's my privilege to take part in this video commemorating the 75th anniversary of the Eniac. The Smithsonian has a special place in the history of this computer because it took a leading role in the preservation of its components. Thanks to museum professionals who, in the late 1950s, recognized the historical significance of the Eniac, we are able to celebrate the machinery, the components, and the men and women who created and maintained this important computer. Several parts of the Eniac reside in the Smithsonian's computing collection. Many of those components are currently on loan to various institutions, including the Computer History Museum in California and the Heinz Nixdorf Museum in Germany. I thought I would take this opportunity to share some background information about the history of the Eniac at the Smithsonian to offer more context about the life cycle of the computer as an artifact. Beginning in about 1956, curators at the Smithsonian and a few other institutions began discussions with folks at the Department of the Army about the possibility of transferring a few parts of the Eniac to the Smithsonian. They entertained the idea of a short-term transfer, like a loan from the Aberdeen Proving Ground in Maryland, where the computer resided at the time. But after a few years of back and forth and curatorial research and site visits, both parties agreed that a permanent transfer to the Smithsonian was most appropriate because it could adequately preserve the computer components and occasionally display them. These conversations and plans predated the establishment of what we now call the National Museum of American History, which, when it was erected in 1964, was called the Museum of History and Technology. Photographs in the Smithsonian archives reveal parts of the Eniac installed in the early museum's information technology gallery. In the late 1980s, curator David Allison interviewed one of the inventors of the ENIAC, J. Presper Eckert, in the computing gallery where the ENIAC was being displayed. The ENIAC was also featured in the major exhibition, The Information Age, at the National Museum of American History, which was on view from 1990 to 2006. Again, it's my privilege to take part in this commemoration of the 75th anniversary of the ENIAC in 2021. Its legacy is testament to the many conservators, collections managers, curators, records managers, and archivists who have worked to preserve and document this landmark device. So I say, happy birthday, ENIAC.